great to catch up with you after last Friday's K90. So last Friday you came to a live K90 event in Leeds. So if you could just give us a bit of background to yourself and then how you found out about K90, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. So I've been self-employed since I was about 22. I have always been interested in strategic planning and having coaching and support and the importance of groups. And I am in a group called the Faith-Driven Entrepreneurs. And through that, I met yourself and heard about what you were doing with K90. And so I came and joined you in Leeds to see what it was all about.
Just for people who are looking at this for the first time, what was the atmosphere like in the room?
I think I've been to a lot of business sort of meetings that are like that, and usually when you walk into a room and you're the stranger in the room and everybody else you feel like everybody else knows everybody else. Actually, I didn't feel like that at all. I didn't feel like I felt like I was walking into a really friendly atmosphere that was really open, that was really interested, but also not just in what I was doing, but in actually who I was as a person. And, it was lovely to be in an environment where you were actually a whole person rather than just one part of you.
Incredible. It's special features of K90. I think it's that faith, spirit-filled. We're all on the same page, all in different businesses.
Yeah, you don't have to say, "Oh, sorry, I'm a Christian," as an apology. You can just walk in there going, actually, you know what? I'm a Christian. This is my life. This is what's going on. This is what God's doing. He's taking me on this journey. So it's like not having to hold back half of yourself anymore. You can just be all of it in that moment.
So we started the day with prayer, just open prayer, and finished the day with open prayer and sharing. How did you find the structure during the day? Did you find you got from the day what you'd wanted to get in terms of a plan, sharing insights, experiences with others, and were there some particular insights you got?
Yeah, I think never, ever in a business meeting have I been asked what verse has been really important to me over the last 90 days. And just hearing how others shared theirs and the impact that it had meant that I felt comfortable to share mine. I don't think I've ever done that in a business concept before. And it was just that moment of like going, okay, this is the bit, this is what's been missing. This is what I've been looking for. So I think the day was structured really well. I found it really interesting about the keynote speaker and listening to what he had to say. I enjoyed working with in like the style of working with the people on my table to do different things and discuss different things, and then being able to get down and actually look at a plan, look at goal setting for the next 90 days that actually, the first goal is your kingdom goal. That one's never happened before. And then not only that, to then have a personal goal and a learning goal. And then you get to 3 business goals. It's not like, let's just do business. You just exist to work. It is so much more than that. And then actually, one of the things I actually really valued was the conversation I had with the person I was sitting with about a section called the I am statements. And, he'd been before, he knew what that was about, he understood it more. And I was like, how comes you've got so many? And he was like, well, I've been adding to them. And I was like, okay, well, I've got to 6 and I've run out. And for him to be able to turn around and actually say, actually, I think this about you. And actually that as a revelation for me, coming from somebody who's coming at it with a Christian perspective, was just really freeing and really, really confirmed in me where I am and what I'm doing. And he didn't know me. So only God could have turned up to give him those words, to have that conversation to have with me. And I have spent a lot of time thinking about that conversation, even now, and reflecting on it. And actually the same with the kingdom goal, we had a whole conversation while we were there about the goal should be scary, not a to-do list. And kingdom goal that's scary. That's, I've sat and I'm there, and I've chosen to take some time out of my business so that I can actually really sit down and kind of think through what that means. I've been in a period of flux and change, and my business goal was actually let's actually define exactly what I'm doing right now, rather than just bumbling along.
Right.
And and I've done that previously with other businesses, but this one I felt was like an in between until I worked out what I was doing next. But actually, it made me realize that it's just as important to do this well. This is me honoring God, and therefore stepping into that, I need time and space to do that. So not only did I enjoy the day, have great conversations, it's now afterwards I'm now reflecting more and moving on.
Right. And moving forward in the new year, there's the opportunity to we have a monthly catch up, help each other keep on track, K90 Light. So anybody considering coming to K90, given that there is a modest investment, but if people for whatever reason are struggling, then we do have people who sponsor places, so we don't let money get in the way. Would you recommend K90 to anybody in business?
100%. And I already have.
Oh, cool. Thank you for that.
So, yes, because as I said, it's the first time that as a Christian, I've been able to sit in the room with the whole of me in a business planning context.
How long have you been a Christian?
Since I was very little. So I think I was about 8 or 9.
So a few years.
A few years, yeah. It's a few years. Been wandering along for a few years.
It's the first time. That's great. The first time you felt safe and fully heard.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, certainly within a business environment. Yeah.
Right.